All right, guys. This is Musa again. Ha ha! Shalom to my Jewish brothers out there. Shalom. Uh, you know, the Abrahamic faith is all about peace and love. We're all one people. We just got different ways we do little things, and not even that different. Guys, I'm up in here. I'm showing you this area. I've been working on this area. Now that both cars are pretty much finished now, I'm getting back to working on these areas. So, plans for the future. This is going to be a kind of a mini workshop. You won't probably see much going on in here, but we'll be at least storing tools and things of that nature in there. Now here, this is where some of my this is my future plans, guys. Some of the future videos that you'll see will start taking place where you'll start seeing me cook meals, especially with my food prepping, in here. For one, it's an outside stove made of for wood and charcoal. There goes some of the wood down there. The bag of charcoal's over here. I'll show it to you in a minute. And I like it in here. I'm kind of away from the house. I can open up the windows. And I love the taste of that charcoal wood flavor that gets into the food. This sink does work. I know I got a junk everywhere because I had to just try to organize. So I pulled like all this trash and stuff out of here and in here. That guy is out of commission. I'll probably try to work on it, but I don't like messing with those capacitors. So I may not. It may just stay someplace back over there in that corner. However, these things here will probably be one of the biggest helps to me in a weird way, and you'll find out why. Because I'm going to start doing things like making biodiesel and things of those natures. So I need to separate from the bananas. Like I got 2 down banana trees right now. Start boiling them and separating out that potassium, and then start to titrate them to produce potassium oxide, or not oxide. Is that right? Hydroxide. Sorry, hydroxide. Anyway, so big shout out Cody Labs on YouTube. Check him out. You're gonna be seeing a lot more experiments and all that other stuff. Shouts out to Googa. Googa, I'm gonna ask for permission for a title change for me when I'm doing my cooking stuff. I want to be called the Well Done Googa, as you can see why. But also because I'll be cooking my meat to well done status. I know you're gonna hate me for it, but I have to give you your respect. You were the man who introduced me to Wagyu, and the whole family fell in love with Wagyu because of you. Now we don't eat our junk at that medium to medium rare junk that you pull off. Negative, sir. We go to the full amount. But I am going to give you a shout out because we love your channel, and I watch your stuff, and I love your experimental channels. So this is going to be kind of the same concept. I'll be out here doing experimental crap, and I do, and also when Sarjo's in a better condition, as she calls it, after the new edition comes up. Let me just call it that, okay? After the new edition is here, and she feels better about her physical self, she'll be doing dishes. And see, here's the cool part. You can cook here and you can cook there. And there's enough room here. I think, well, we can do this. She'll cook a Gambian dish over here, and I can cook an American dish over there, or vice versa. Or either those days when she can create a Gambian dish, and I can create my version of the Gambian dish, and we can do like taste tests. Hey guys, send in the comment section. Let us know what you think of the idea. Let me just show you this charcoal. Right here in the other room here, it's over here where I keep my animal feeds and stuff at. So you see that charcoal there, man? It's good stuff, boy. I mean, I'm talking about, that's like straight out, that's almost, what's that joint called? Biochar right there. Just because how they do it with sand, where they control the heat with the sand. So look forward to the future video, guys. Hey, that's all for today. We just doing a little bit. I'm gonna make this. As you see, this girl is now down on all her tires and everything. We did a test drive on it. She did great. Gonna do a couple more tests with her, just to make sure she's good. Do any little quick improvements or whatever, because it's the end of the year. You know, we can't. There's no way I project to get anything done. It's like we still got to go through the hiring process of 2 new drivers. So I'm just gonna spend this time making slight improvements and getting ready for January, where I do expect to have both of them on the road again, because they can go out now, but they we hadn't even found new drivers yet, so we're gonna see. Oh, sorry, she asked me not to get her in her condition on here, so hopefully y'all didn't get that on video. So anyway, I'm gonna finish this guy up, which is the gate I'm building for the animals, so I can like let them walk around the full areas. If y'all been looking at some of my other videos, I know you probably been wondering, like, good God, dude, is he ever gonna clean up out there? Yes, we clean up out here, but like I said, if you hadn't noticed, I don't know if you saw, it was a little kid that's over there helping Sarjo clean up a couple of things, and they don't like to be on the camera a lot of times, but they come out here, they try to help out, but then they kind of set us back a little bit. As you can see, they starting to fill this in, which we told them not to do, but they did it anyway. So I had to clean that out. So if you look, we can pretty much, I came out here yesterday, raked this whole area up, cleaned it up. I still got the stuff right here, kind of making like, what is it called? A Humboldt. I don't know what it's called, but anyway, I got a little pile here of debris that's I'm gonna let sit here. I'm gonna wet it down. The chickens come through here, they pull all these little critters out here to eat, and they're growing. So I'm gonna let them keep doing what they do. And then when it gets out to a certain level, I'll take it all out. It goes over here in the composting area. We're gonna have both a composting area and a area that we burn things at, and we'll be using all that in the garden for fertilizer. She don't want me to show her garden yet because she likes the way it's going, but she wants it to get taller before y'all see it. So you'll see it later, but everything's growing. I'll just tell you that. She don't want you to see it yet, though. All right, guys. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto everyone. Shalom. I'm going to go ahead and build a gate. Talk to y'all later. All right, everybody. Finally put a door on there, so yes, you can, I don't know if you can tell or not, but the goats are in different positions because they're no longer tied up except for what they did to themselves. I don't trust goats like that, so they will keep the ropes on their necks until I'm pretty certain they don't try to press up against this fence too hard. They seem to go press up on the concrete fence, which is fine. They're not pushing that down no time soon. Still got a little problem with the young girl, the new girl, and this older one, and she's not much older, but we got some good weight on her now, so she's a lot bigger. Working on getting her bigger. Now today, hopefully I ain't gotta sit out here all night to watch them. By the way, guys, chicks are getting big. I don't know if you can see it because this phone is focused on the screen. Let's see if I can get a little higher up. I don't know if you can tell looking down at them. I mean, and those brown ones were the last two born. I don't know if you can tell, we did clean up. I cleaned up out here. Everything's pawed out here. A roof. I almost forgot it. I almost remembered it. I'll look it up, guys. I'll put it in the text on. I'll text it in there telling y'all what I'm trying to say. This is supposed to be. It's a kind of composting mound that you can grow stuff out of. I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is let it sit here on the edge, break down some more because the chicks are finding more food in it. Insects are hiding underneath it, and they're eating it. And it keeps these god doggone scratching chickens away from the edge of the fence. They still make their way out. We have to just walk around and run them back in. But once this is, I feel like it gets efficient, I'm probably going to work up some more waste from the goats into it. And at that point, I'll be taking it and bringing it over the edge to here with the wheelbarrow, scooping it up and taking it to the compost area. And it should have plenty of both chicken and goat excrement into it that will, it had already had been broke down because we put water on this in the morning. I think y'all may have seen that in the video. I'm not too sure. And it'll make some pretty good fertilizer at that point. And that way we all kind of working with each other. Yeah, I'm not going to keep y'all. At first I was going to have a good story time, but a lot of my stories are really bad. horrible, nightmarish stuff that happens to people how happened to me. Um, I will try to clarify one thing real quick, and I don't know if I can do it in about 5 minutes because I want to put this together with the other video. Um, Real quick. Some people have their questions, probably wondering why Islam. Well, to be honest with you, from a spiritual path, my journey was never going to end at Christianity or Hebrew Israelite. It was never going to end there. Uh, I already knew that I was being led to a more unity set of Abrahamic beliefs because I do believe because a lot of the information we got is not 100%. I got a chicken that looking at this gate a little too hard, like he want to try to jump over. Just throwing a little mud at him. Get away from there. I got something for you. I throw some food out here. I bet you'll come over. There you go. Now you're moving. All right. So, um, the fact was, I think the Hebrew Israelite was leading me to a path that looked like a greater deal of enlightenment, and there was a lot more information in about the belief. You know, as a Christian, it just seemed like a lot of information was kind of like being left off, or we were just completely wrapping up things to say, hey, you know what, Christ has come. We don't have to do all that stuff, and that wasn't true. Christ Himself didn't even make the clear statement that we still had to follow those tenets of the law. Well, after all that, there was something that I did notice, especially when you start reading the book of Hebrews. It just really did seem like, you know, a mercy concept was being left out. And I had to refine that mercy inside of Islam. So keep in mind, I know it may be hard to believe, but this is a journey that's being led of God. And I was suffering with some serious, and I still have my bad days of trauma. Man, y'all should have seen me earlier today. I was in there cooking. I heard a noise in the other room. That knife flipped around, and I was ready to go straight combat mode. And I had to calm myself down and realize that it was just some outside birds making too much noise on top of the roof. Anyway, but besides all that content, let's not take away the glory from God because He actually has done a lot of great work in making me better. And part of it is what we're doing right now, the creative work in YouTube. Thank y'all again. And also, these animals, they help out a whole lot. Now, there are things that I'm not going to get into all that. I'm just going to, try to walk you through the journey. Um, a lot of people didn't know before we found out about the Hebrew Israelites. Me and my children's mother, my first wife, actually had started the conversion to Islam, and that was back in like 2000, 2001. A lot of people don't know that, but it's true. That did happen. Some people look at Islam and think belief of hatred. That's not the case. Belief of war, not really the case either. They have their flaws, just as all the other beliefs do. Israel has just simply did a lot of failing over time. I still believe that we are the Israelites, man. Don't get it twisted now. I still believe that, and I hope they don't hit me for anti-Semitic stuff, but they could if they want to, I guess. And sooner or later it's gonna be said. But you know what? Auntie over here, I ain't gonna say which auntie, cause let me just say it's an auntie here who has her own YouTube channel with her family that's been here for a number of years. So y'all should know who I'm talking about. And it's only because she put it on her Facebook, and I don't know if she if that's more personal, and therefore I don't know if it's something that she want to put out there. But as she stated, okay, so what? If we are those people, now what? And yeah, that was where my biggest hangup was. It's like, now what? Okay, you want to use Deuteronomy 28 the curses side of it from verse 15 on down to prove that that's us, to tell them, okay, fine. But then now what? Yeah, we repent. We do all those things. And now we wait for God to heal our land. But guess what? We're in the wrong area trying to get land healed. And still wonder why we're getting treated dog-eyed and killed by these people. Well, you know what? If you got the opportunity, it's time to get out of that land. I think I'm going to have to go out here and untangle this goat. This other goat like to fight her and chase her around. So honestly, what it came down to was I didn't see a lack of motivation of becoming more or growing. And I also think a lot of the information was had an interesting slant. Not that I'm saying it was wrong. It was just that a lot of people don't realize that there's a huge connection between Islam, Christianity, and Judaism that shows a big split that took place in Spain around 1500 century. And in there, I think is where a lot of the keys lie in the Abrahamic beliefs, especially for African Americans or African descendants, one way or the other. Hello, my sister-in-law just walked through the door. How you doing? I'm over here recording.
It's my darling.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, now you have goats.
Yes. She's like, now you have goats. Yeah.
That's very good.
Did your sister tell you that the cars don't run here after a certain time?
No.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Yeah, that's very good. Me, I like goats. Okay, if that one grown up, you give it to me, okay?
Which one?
That one. That black and brown.
This one here.
Yes, I like that.
I got it. She was sick. She almost died on us. I gotta get it. She's doing better now.
Okay, that's
But let me get her up and see. Okay. And if nothing else, Sarjo's inside.
Okay.
Hey, but if I know you want to go, you like babies?
Baby?
Little goats, kids, the little babies.
Yes.
Okay then, we'll get you a goat. All right. That is my sister-in-law. Now, she's come to visit Sarjo. Let me go up here, guys. Anyway, like I said, 10 minutes. I was trying to get y'all like a 5 to 7 minute long talk, and it's already at 10 minutes. So anyhow, if you look at what happens in the Spanish Inquisition and the Papal Inquisition, you'll see where there was like a break off, and they both describe people of color who were both either Muslim or Judaic, who would not become Caliphate, therefore they were classified as heretics, and then eventually kicked out of the land, and then eventually encapsulated onto ships and sent out as slaves into the Americas and other places. Now, that's where our journey but not ends, sorry, that's where the journey went. And then from there, it continued. Now, what I think we sometimes need to do is just take the time and to accept the fact that the roots grow up into a large tree and have different branches, okay? But yet, no, it's still not we're the same people. We should love each other, respect each other's beliefs, and you'll start to notice that honestly, the differences in beliefs are so minute, it's not worth even going into. Some people bring up that movie, The Messenger, and I think in there it says, or The Message, he actually makes that statement to the Muslims, the Christian king, who happens to be black in that movie as well. Not happened, but was black, and in the movie they portray him as that. And he brought up the fact that he said the differences between them was as thin as this line, So it's so thin, it's pathetic. Some people say, well, Muslims don't believe in Jesus. That's not true. You can't even be a Muslim unless you do believe in Jesus. Is there a concept about his deity that's in question? Absolutely, but that's a question in Christianity. That's a question as well as a Hebrew Israelite. So, even to the point where Christ himself makes a complete distinction between him and the Father. I know the first thing y'all gonna come and say is that whoever sees me, sees me, sees the Father. I know y'all gonna go there. The issue that you have with that statement is a prophet is a representative of the God that sent them. And if you receive the prophet, you then receive that God as well, and therefore the blessings come that way. If you actually rebuke that prophet, then you also are cursed by that God, or in this case, the only true God, the Most High. The issue that we have, guys, is we wasn't there in that time period. So let's stop hating on each other because we are all seeking after the truth. And this is a practitioner's walk. It's not like, hey, one day I came, I got baptized, I woke up, and I completely achieved everything. That did not happen. You walked, you messed up, you failed, you learned better, you learned more things, you got up, you did better, and you became a better person every step of the way. And everybody has to make that same walk. Love on each other, guys. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Peace be to all of you out there. All of you, especially all you family members of Abraham. Peace. Have a good night. We're going to have us a good story time. It's going to be a sad one, but we're going to have a good one here. I think it'll be good to get it off my chest, and it will help the audience to get to know me a little bit better. Peace.
Take it to the next level.